Okay, well, for anyone who watches this video later, I am Mortified Bum, and today we are going to be rebuilding my hauler. My hauler looked like a piece of crap, mainly because it was built piecemeal by upgrading previous ships, and yeah, it did not look good. So, first thing I always like to do with all of my ships is define their function, and the function of this ship is literally to be able to carry a large cargo container. So, after that, I want to go ahead and mark out the frame of my vehicle. So, I've already counted out the number of blocks that I'm going to need to be able to actually fit a large cargo container, as long, of course, as my math was correct and I didn't screw it up, but let's not be negative. So, I've already decided that I want to go rounded corners on everything, so every time I match up like this, I leave one spot out, and then 2 spots out. Boom. Then same thing on the other side. 1 spot out, and 2, and there we go. Okay, so now 1 spot out, and 2 spot out. Okay, so now all that's left is to elongate this frame. So basically I want to bring it all the way out to right around here. This will give me plenty of room to fit, hopefully, multiple large cargo containers eventually. Boom. And you may be wondering why there's all that weird stuff going on with my core. Well, like I said, I like to frame it out, and on this build I didn't want my core being in the actual floor, so I figure that I probably will end up building some kind of strange construct that, you know, looks like it's supposed to house the core or something like that in the middle, but I don't want it sticking to the floor or any of that crap. So of course I did that wrong. Okay, so now we have most of the frame done. Let's go ahead and remove these blocks. And in case you didn't know, anytime you click and drag, everything is directional. So if I click on this space, I'll be able to drag down, left, right. But if I was to click on this face, I drag out and back, but I don't want to do that because I want to keep those blocks. So whatever block face that you click on, so like I click here, I can drag towards me. I click here, I can drag down. So it's good whenever you need to go, make sure you're going in the right direction to make sure that you're clicking on the correct face of the blocks. Okay, now, I messed up something here, I think. Yeah, I didn't do that right. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, that's right. But down here, 1, so that needs to be gone. So you need to be gone. So 1, 2, okay. I'm pretty sure this is wrong. Yes, okay. And then one more line here needs to go. Ah, crap. And that's one thing you have to be careful about whenever dragging long distances, is sometimes you'll accidentally make your depth go a little bit farther than intended. Okay, I think it needs to go one more. Perfect, I think. Yep, yep, okay. And this side, yep, yep. Okay, that one was right. So, I'm gonna drag this out. Okay. So now that we have our basic frame right here, let's go ahead and run a couple of tests. First off, I want to see how well my color scheme goes together. So, let's see. We are going to go with the polished black. So what I want to do is do a line here. And remove that again. Okay. Do a line here. Okay, now I want to go with a angled piece like this. Drag that all the way across. Boom. And then let's go with our smooth voxel tool. And let's round that out. Well, I probably should have started from the end here. Okay. How does that look? Honestly, that doesn't look too bad. Obviously, it's not great on the end there. Okay. So, let's go ahead and cancel all this stuff out. I get it. You don't like it. Okay. So, now that's gone. Let's redo this. Okay. So I don't know that I'm too crazy about the ice color pattern. I think I might need to break it up a little bit. And maybe get rid of 3 rows here. Oh. Maybe I should also use the correct tool. Well, shape. Okay. Well, let's break up this pattern a little bit. Let's see how it looks again. I think that looks better. And then once we round out the corners, or round out the edges, I think it'll look even better. Okay, but we can adjust that as we go, but I think the color scheme will work. I'm not going to hate it too much. Okay, so next thing we need to test is whether or not it can achieve the purpose. So I thought I had a couple large containers in there. Apparently I do not. Okay. So, time to head down into my base. That it's very difficult to see in because for some reason in this game it requires a bunch of materials just to make simple lights. But I do have a large container. Go to the 3D printer. Oh, perfect. Okay, so first things first, find the center of the container, Control I, and boom, 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 boom. Done. Okay, so we have no problem fitting one large container in here. I can probably easily fit a second. What we will have a problem with is I don't have quite as much space to walk on as I was hoping. So, solution? I think so. 9. Ha ha ha. B. Oh, that's perfect. Large containers on the ceiling. I can walk underneath them. And the reason why that's important is because I want to leave little portholes to be able to fix everything on the ship, including the engines, from the inside, which means I have to be capable of walking through the entire ship. Also, I need to be able to link to the containers because primarily these things are going to be used for hauling mining material. Well, now I'm deciding whether or not I want it to be square. So we have, or do I want it to not waste this little spaces right here? You know what? I'm fine with it not being square. So, now, let's get back to stretching this thing out. Okay. So, I want to do sort of like a pod thingamajigger in the back for all of the engines. And yes, I know I'm going to be editing out a lot of these blocks. I don't care. I'm just gonna, I want to be able to do entire rows at the same time. It seems to me to be faster that way. Okay. So normally with engine pods, like you would have one on each side and you'd be done. I want to go a little bit different with this. And I want to create sort of a 4-pod design. So one on the top, bottom, left, and right. So if I want to do that though, let's see. These blocks are cut off at different points, so I can't just use that as... Oh wait, they're cut off at different points because of this. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Really? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Boom. So 1, 2, 3. Go. 3. So all I'm doing right now is just removing the blocks that I know I'm going to take out anyway, because it'll help me line everything up correctly as I continue to build. And you may be wondering why I'm building this whole thing out of aluminum. Well, that's because it is the most abundant resource that's available to me right now. I mean, I easily could have made this out of carbon or anything else, but this seemed easiest. Although now that I have room, I'm wondering if I shouldn't round this more. And to do that, all I'd really have to do is come out. Boom. And then, why am I, well, I'll treat it as a frame, but I don't know why I was doing that in the wrong color, but let's see. Okay. Okay, so that's a bit more sloped. Let's see what happens whenever I use the smooth voxel tool. Let's widen this tool out a little bit. See how that looks. I didn't mean to hit the edge. Let's back that up. It doesn't look bad. I mean, from a profile standpoint, I mean, obviously the edge right here looks incorrect only because I haven't smoothed it. If I try to smooth it, it's going to make it look weird. Oh, screw it. Okay. That'll allow me to see the shape of it, though. That's not bad. Kind of like that a lot better. Okay. Okay. I like that change. And if you're wondering why I'm undoing all the smoothing, well, that's because it can have... I like to start basically the smoothing once the entire ship is done. Oh, oops, too far. You end up screwing up a lot whenever you smooth while in the middle of building. All of a sudden you'll end up smoothing things that should not have been smoothed, or it'll smooth in weird ways. And I don't like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get rid of... wrong tool again. There we go. I'm going to do this. Boom. Okay, so now we're back to where we need to be. And now to finish this off, I would just draw blocks there, draw blocks down there, and then do the angle blocks all the way down without having to do the backfills on them, which would be nice. So, okay. Now that we got everything evened out, we got 2 spaces here, 2 spaces here, 2 blocks, which means the center of this thing is going to be my starting block. So we'll start off with something even, then widen it out, then widen it out again. Boom. Okay. Now, what I want to see is exactly how big is an atmospheric engine, or a large atmospheric engine. So, let's drop this in here and double click it, which will allow us to place it directly from the container. Well, the link container. Boom. Okay, so let's measure this thing. So as far as length, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, it's technically 20. Okay, and then width. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 width. So now let's go ahead and get rid of this. 20 by 17. So okay, we learned that we didn't like it whenever it was most of this thing, so drag that out. Let's see, we'll try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away from the ship. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is why we count each one, so that we have checks and balances. 1, 2. Why am I counting that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I miscounted on that one. Did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now the question's going to be, can we fit in here? We cannot. Should have checked that to begin with. How about in? Oh. I mean, technically speaking, we don't have to fit. We just have to leave it open for the engine. So that's fine. That is fine. There we go. And in case y'all didn't know, backspace. That will give you, that will actually undo the last thing you did. Okay, so once we have that here, this is just going to be for placement. So oops. Okay. Did that end up even? Because that would be awesome. Okay, so from the top, that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's right. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's right, because this length was not even. Yep. Okay. So, now, let's go ahead and build out one complete pod. And seeing this is my base material, all I'm doing is I'm just going to build out the shell in this, and then remove blocks to add any of the accent colors, namely the black. I'm liking this ice color though, the more I mess with it. Okay. Rocket pod. I hate how square you are, but we will fix you. Okay. So we are almost there. Okay, so that's going to be the base form of the pod. Obviously, I'm going to have to shape this thing up because big giant square pod, no look pretty. And you may look at me and be like, what the hell does this guy care about pretty? Well, when it comes to my ships, I care. Now, let's see. So, obviously we want to round this out, but I'm also wondering if maybe we should extend it out by 2 spots or 3 and sort of flatten it. Not sure. How am I doing on honeycomb material? I have plenty. Nice. So, I mean, what if we did something like this? Did that on both sides. So it would look like this. Meet up exactly with the hole, like that. It's actually looking a lot better. Okay, let's do that again down here. Wait, I started right here. Is that right? No, that's not right. Something messed up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that is right. Wait, no, that should have been there. Oh yeah, that's right. It's one extra down at the bottom, so it is gonna look a little bit different. Keep forgetting, it is not even at the bottom. Okay. And we have one more. Oh, come on. Perfect. Okay. Almost looks like there's enough space to put some medium engines in there as well. But honestly, that is not a whole lot of lift, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. So, now, let's see. So now we have our pod built. We've figured out how we're going to round out the corners a little bit. I would like to round them out a little bit more, but that'll have to suffice for now. Now we've got to even this thing up. So, right here is our midpoints. So, boom. If I can do this right, thank you. So, should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have our two flat edges right there. Let's see, 1, That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually. And then 6 was in here. Maybe? Oh no, 6 was this wall, actually. So that should be in actual blank space. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the wall. Oh, come on. Okay. So now we should be able to do the exact same thing here. I just need to go up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 4. Because once again, this thing is not even. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's why. I went 5 here. I should have just gone 6. Okay, whatever. But... really? Okay. Okay. Now... from here, I should just be able to go... boom. That was a little too far. Boom. Now, if you're thinking I am taking way too much time on a single pod, well, that is because I want to get the first pod completely correct, and that way I don't waste as much time building out the other ones. Okay, so now this one is a little bit weirder. So that's going to be 1. Come on, pending operations. Let's go. Pending operations. Oh, this is starting to get annoying. Especially seeing I know almost for a certainty that most of this ship, all the voxels are going to disappear as soon as I exit build mode. And it's going to piss me off. But the only other thing to do is to stop playing the game or something, which I sure as hell ain't going to do. Okay, that's where we fucked up. Well, I fucked up. 3, 4. Now, when I did this, the only difference was... okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was the last one. And then this one was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the only difference with this is I've got to... do this. Okay. The hell? That was weird. just gives me something to build off so I'm not fighting with this stupid thing. Okay. Why is this thing being such a pain in the butt? For some reason I go to remove a voxel and it doesn't actually remove anything. But it does make the sound like I did, so it kind of scares me. So I like to undo that. Okay. Okay. Now this thing's pissing me off. Boom. Okay. Oh, stop it. Stop it. There we go. Boom. Now, that section of the pod is mostly complete. Let's go ahead and finish up the top. What the hell is this? Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Okay, so now what do we think about that as an engine pod? Keep in mind, we're going to have them on all three sides, or all four sides of the ship. Going to see how that works. I'm hoping it will work okay. Okay. So now, let's figure out what we're going to do as far as accenting the color on this. That's right. I haven't done this side yet, but Oh. Okay. I'm almost there. Got it. Sometimes these things are a serious pain in the butt to get lined up properly. Got it. Let's start with the hardest part first. Boom. Okay. So now it's time just to fill some of this in. And we'll be almost done with this engine pod. Then that just means copying and pasting it to the other sides of the ship, which will save us a buttload of time. But before I do that, I'm gonna have to get these colors all right, because I don't want to, you know, repeat work. I'm lazy. Get the colors right first, and then we copy and paste. This is going to be John Doe. This is going to be both for space and atmosphere. This is going to have 4 large atmospheric engines, as well as 4 large space engines. I'm hoping, and this is a huge hope, with my other hauler, I could easily kick out in a 0.5 gravity planet. I could easily kick out 2 medium containers full of ore, and that was with 2 large atmospheric thrusters and probably about 6 medium, but the 6 medium are barely equal a single large. This one's going to have straight up 4 large atmospheric thrusters, so it's going to be about 30-40% more as powerful as my other one, and my other one literally had no trouble whatsoever with 2 full medium containers. So I'm hoping this one at the very least will be able to do 1 large, if not more than that. And sorry if it's been... Actually, no. I'm over here on Mattis, so not really any issues, but yesterday I took a nice long trek over to Jago and had absolutely no problems whatsoever, but I also was really, really careful, and I got my aim right whenever I was probably about, I don't know, 40-50 SU out. Aimed it right at the planet. Well, not really right at it, but just to where I'm going to be within that 0.5 SU as I fly past it before I actually started slowing down, so that way I would end up getting inside the planet safe zone before anyone really had much of a chance to catch up to me. So I was extremely cautious. And even then, like this ship, it's not going to have any PvP weapons on it, more than likely. Eventually, I might throw a radar on it, just so I'd have an idea of where people are. But for the most part, I'm going to eventually upgrade it with a rocket booster, just as an escape mechanism. You know? Someone decides they want to be a dick, hit the booster, get the hell out. Okay, so yes, I know this looks really janky, but we're about to correct that, I hope. Heh. Okay, that still looks janky. I don't like the fact that there is no shape on the back of this. It's just straight up flat. But that's something I'll have to fix later. Because I'm not going to waste all my time on design right now. Because believe it or not, I will eventually run out of resources inside my factory. And I'll have to go collect some. And this is my only hauler. And because I disassembled my other one to start making this one. Okay, a little less janky. Okay. So, one of these is not like the other. Oh, okay, it's just because it's a different spot on the pattern. Yeah. Okay. So, I think that looks about right. So now we want to go with the voxel select tool. And what I like to do is build a nice frame on the outskirts of everything. Like that. And then the bottom of my frame will be right here. Boom. So now I should be able to use the voxel select tool. actually. Need to do that. Otherwise, it's going to include the side of the ship, which I don't want. So, voxel select tool. And then, boom. Then we control copy. And so, then, all I have to do is discover, okay, that side has the hole in it. Okay, I guess it really doesn't matter because both sides are even. I can make a hole in this side. So, let's see how these things are lined up. So that line is lined up in the center of that. Right about. Oh, this needs to go way out. Okay, let's get this lined up. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out. So let's go back. Now we're lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out. And then there we go. Boom. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I should have kept it up and did it for the other sides, but okay, I can do it again. Oh yeah, that's right. I made all the sides over here black. Okay. So that is thruster pod number 1 and thruster pod number 2. Now, it is time. Copy and paste again and do thruster pod number 3. So, control copy. So, now with this one, I'm going to do the same thing and line it up, but we're going to have to... Wait, am I not grabbing the back of this? No, I'm grabbing the back. Okay. That moves it up and down. Okay, there's got to be some way to rotate this thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then page down. Like that. And what do we get? 1 block there. Yeah, that's the odd side. I don't want the odd side. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So this is one thing I didn't consider. I am not sure how to rotate this thing on the other axes. That moves it up and down, which I don't want to do. Holding R and mouse wheel just rotates it around the same axis. Hitting R again doesn't change the axis, it just flips it back to front, so it still rotates around the same one. Unless... there? Yeah. None of that's doing what I want it to. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting a little expertise help from the Discord. See if some of these builders have done this and know what I'm talking about. Okay, he's just saying pointing it at a different surface. Thought I tried that. So... ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now this line meets up. Got a little extra space on one side because neither of these are flush, but I think that's close enough. Okay. Okay, let's get the opening facing us so I can tell what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. So now, should just be able to do this. How many spaces on this side? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So on the top, we're going to go heavy left, and then on the bottom, we'll go heavy right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom. Okay. Now let's do this again, but this time, let's rotate it again. 1, 2. So. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this needs to be 3 on this side. So that's 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That's weird. Okay, so on this one, I went heavy right. So on the bottom, I need to go heavy left. So, boom. That should even out any weight issues. Oh. Okay. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got it! Woohoo! Okay, let's get rid of these hanging voxels. Boom. Boom. And then boom. Okay. And now it is starting to take shape. We have our 4 whatchamacallits. Okay. So now, seeing I've already got this prepared, I'm going to use the copy paste tool or the voxel select tool again and select all the voxels that are in black here. So then I just copy and I can paste them. Boom. 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 Okay, so now to get this to work, we're gonna have to do some rotation. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna start from this side over here. Okay, so now let's go in. There we go. Now up one. Boom. And one. There we go. Got it. There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay, so first things first, let's rotate it this way. Actually. There we go. So, do that, and that freezes it, so I can move around freely. So, how are we doing? Looks good. Print it! Print it! Oh yeah. That's nice. Yep. Okay. One more thing. Okay, so bring that down twice, bring it in 3 times. That should be good. Yes, it is. Okay. So now we have the majority of our ship done, as far as the frame and the engine housings. Okay. So there's a couple of other things we're going to need. One is we need some legs, yo. So, what I'm going to do is build a frame downwards. And then outwards. And the purpose of this frame is for the line tool. Okay. Let's see, what was that? That was... one really should count. Although I could just do this. Boom. And then boom. And then control copy. And then okay, that's what I'm looking for. So bring that down, and it should be one block below there. Oh. I just made those blocks disappear because they are a different color. Okay. Do that on both these. Okay. So then I just remove that, and we just remove or do that. Okay. You know what? I don't know that I like that. Let's go ahead and fix that. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this frame. Now. one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So okay. So now it is time for me to grab a drink. I will be right back. Okay. And it's time to get back at this after I double check my blood sugar. Okay. So, next steps. We need to complete the bridge. To do that, I think I need to start here and finish this out. Am I out of? No. We are pending operation. Come on. You can do it, server. Let's go. There we go. Oh. And it canceled my previous operation. That wasn't nice. You know what? I don't know why I'm doing this when I could just do this. Boom. Boom. Control copy. And then just put it on the end of here like this. And then I move it in until it matches up there. Done. Do the same thing here, except I have to rotate it. There we go. Move it in. Done. Now this one I should have to put on a flat surface and rotate. And then rotate again. Nope. Rotate again. There we go. Boom. Bring it in. Boom. Boom. Okay, so that's complete. Let's go ahead and get rid of my little scaffolding detail right here. Okay. Now, what I want here is a platform, obviously, but we've got some other considerations, like for instance, windows. So, first thing, let's go ahead and grab all of this. Are you really going to be that big of a pain in the butt? Okay, fine. Okay. So we'll fill that in later. But for you, I just want to do something simple. Yes, I know this looks ugly as hell right now. but I assure you it won't. Well, it probably still will, but I can assure you I'm not trying to make it look ugly. It's just sometimes that's how builds happen. Sometimes that's how my builds happen. Most of the time that's how my builds happen, actually. So if you're out here looking for actual design tips, no. But how to make it functional, what to build, that kind of thing I can help you out with. So now, this is complete right there for the front. Now, one thing I have not played around with that I have been looking forward to is the glass panels. So I've made 10 of these large ones. Okay. Now we're going to see what these damn things do. Okay. Okay, so that is halfway in between. That's 2.5. So this is 3. And that's 3 on this side. That's 4. So boom. Now. Okay. Okay. I think that should do it. I have a window frame on this side as well. Okay. I think everything's lined up again. Yeah, looks like it. Boom. So now, one more window here. Okay. Okay, so we have our windows. I'm gonna worry about filling in the other stuff later. First thing, well, next thing I want to do. Actually, I need to go ahead and fill this one in. Okay. So what do I do here is the real question. Okay. Well, it's easier than I thought it was going to be. This is kind of tedious. Okay. So now this section is complete enough. Okay? I'm done with it. Now, let's go ahead and start working on some of this other stuff. Okay. Actually, what I should have done was this. So, now, I mean, I've got that marked. So why is it not showing up as being... Okay, so now that's showing up correctly. So let's kick it over. Don't know why it took so fucking long. Okay, now there's a space in between. Eliminate the space, and we're good. Okay. It's 2 engines in. Now what? I would say it is time to start doing these other containers. Okay, so with this one, what do I have? Okay, vertical boosters. So it can pretty much go anywhere along the bottom of this whole thing. Okay, so that's one. So where is... So there. Okay. We've been kicked out. No! Okay, guys. Well, we have now been kicked out of the server. Because... things. So, I appreciate John Dew and anyone else who jumped in. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And I will probably start it up whenever I start building on this guy again. Hopefully, I should be able to get them done today. Maybe it'll be 2 or 3 different streams. I hope not, but we'll see. Either way, Y'all have fun.